In a realm where magic reigns, a girl's heart is bound by a witch's cruel curse. Will true love's power be strong enough to break the chains of enchantment? As she waits in despair, the clock ticks ominously against their reunion. Once, in this enchanted land, two souls were destined to be together. Their love blossomed under the warmth of the sun, promising a future filled with joy. But a malevolent witch, jealous of their bond, cast an ancient curse upon them, entwining their fates in tragedy. The curse dictated that they could only reunite after 100 full moons, a punishment meant to test their love. As each moon waned, the girl felt the weight of the curse tightening around her heart, a constant reminder of their separation. Determined to reunite, she sought the guidance of the forest spirits, ancient beings that whispered secrets of hope and resilience. They revealed that true love's redemption required a journey through the witch's dark lair. With courage ignited, she ventured into the witch's territory, where shadows danced with malevolence and secrets lurked in every corner. Each step echoed her fear, yet the thought of her beloved fueled her determination. As she approached the castle, she encountered illusions of her past, memories that tugged at her heartstrings. Each vision was a glimpse of their happiest moments, yet tinged with the bittersweet sting of their current reality. Within the castle, the witch awaited, cloaked in darkness and malice. Her eyes glimmered with a wicked delight, knowing the girl had come to challenge her. The air crackled with tension, a battle of wills poised to unfold. The girl stood her ground, her heart pounding fiercely as she demanded the curse be lifted. She spoke of love, hope, and the strength forged through their separation. The witch's laughter echoed, mocking her bravery. The witch, intrigued by her resolve, proposed a challenge: complete 3 impossible tasks to earn her lover's freedom. Failure meant eternal separation, but success would rewrite their destinies, binding them stronger than before. The first task required her to retrieve a single tear from the moon goddess, a being known for her aloofness and inaccessibility. The girl set out on her quest, heart racing with anxiety and hope. As she reached the moon goddess's domain, the air shimmered with magic. The goddess, intrigued by the girl's determination, agreed to grant her a tear, but only if she could answer a riddle that spoke of love's true essence. The girl pondered the riddle, recalling the moments shared with her beloved. With each memory, she realized that love was not merely possession, but a bond that transcended time and space. She answered with conviction. Impressed by her wisdom, the moon goddess shed a single tear, a shimmering droplet that held the power of love within it. The girl accepted it with gratitude, a step closer to breaking the curse. With the first task complete, the girl returned to the witch, her heart swelling with hope. But the witch's eyes glinted with a new challenge, one that would test her spirit and resolve like never before. The second task demanded she venture into the depths of the shadow realm to retrieve a flower that bloomed only in despair. The flower held the power to illuminate the darkest corners of the heart. With trepidation, she descended into the shadow realm, her footsteps echoing in the silence. The air was thick with sorrow, yet she pressed on, remembering her love and the light they shared. As she reached the flower, its beauty shone brightly amidst the gloom. But as she grasped it, shadows clawed at her, trying to pull her back into despair. Summoning her strength, she fought against the darkness. With the flower in hand, she broke free from the shadows, emerging into the light once more. The journey had tested her, but love fueled her spirit, reminding her of the light that awaited her. Returning to the witch, she presented the flower, a symbol of her resilience. Yet the witch's smile faded, and she spoke of the final task, a test of sacrifice that would shake the very foundations of love. The last task required her to willingly give up something she cherished most. It was a choice that would either bind her to the curse forever or set her beloved free. The weight of the decision loomed over her. Torn between love and loss, she reflected on her journey. The memories of her beloved, the strength she had found, and the hope that had guided her. Love was not possessive. it was selfless. With resolve, she decided to give up the locket, a token of their past, believing that love was worth any sacrifice. As she placed it in the witch's hands, she felt a surge of freedom and light. In that moment, the curse shattered like glass, the magic swirling around them. The witch, taken aback by the girl's selflessness, realized the power of true love could not be contained. As the dust settled, the girl felt the familiar presence of her beloved fill the air. Their bond, stronger than any curse, drew them together through the remnants of magic swirling around. They embraced love conquering all darkness. As the past faded into a memory, redemption had come, not just for her but for both of them, as they began a new chapter filled with hope and promise. As they walked hand in hand, the world around them bloomed with new life, a testament to the power of love and sacrifice. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, united against the darkness. Their story would echo through the ages, reminding all that true love endures even the harshest trials. In the end, love was not just a feeling, but a choice, one that they had made together. And so, they continued their journey, hand in hand, a beacon of hope for others who dared to love against all odds. For in their hearts, they knew that love's redemption was the greatest magic of all. The air felt thick with tension as she wandered through the ancient woods, the whispers of the past echoing in her mind. Each step led her deeper into the realm of fate, where shadows danced around her like the memories of a love lost. With every heartbeat, the weight of the curse pressed upon her soul, reminding her of the price she must pay for their reunion. Meanwhile, he roamed the village, searching for clues that would lead him to her. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones of the witch's dark magic, casting fearful glances his way. Undeterred, he felt the tug of their connection, an invisible thread binding him to her, urging him to push through the rumors and uncertainty. She reached the old stone altar where love once blossomed under the moonlight. Here, she felt his presence linger, a soft reminder that time could not erase their bond. The altar, however, was tainted by the witch's curse, a testament to the trials they faced. It seemed to pulse with an ominous energy. As she knelt down, the ground trembled slightly beneath her, as if the earth itself recognized her pain. Images of their shared moments flooded her mind, laughter, passion, joy, and she clung to them fiercely. But the curse was unyielding, a dark cloud looming, ready to engulf her in despair. Back in the village, he stumbled upon an old woman known for her wisdom in matters of the heart. With a knowing gaze, she beckoned him closer, her voice a mere whisper filled with secrets. She spoke of a ritual that could break the curse, but it demanded great sacrifice, testing the depths of their love. His heart raced at the thought of a chance to save her, yet doubt crept in. Would he be willing to pay the ultimate price? The images of her smiling face ignited a fire within him, reminding him that love was worth any challenge. Determination swept over him. He had to try. With renewed purpose, he gathered supplies for the ritual, each item a reminder of their shared history. As he collected herbs, candles, and a vial of water from the sacred stream, visions of their love flooded his thoughts, fueling his resolve. He would not let the curse dictate their fate any longer. She too felt the stirrings of change as she performed her own ritual at the altar. With each incantation, she poured her heart into the words, hoping to reach him across the veil of darkness. The air shimmered with magic, and for a moment, she felt their souls intertwine, bridging the gap between them. As night fell, the stars twinkled overhead, a reminder of their love's resilience. The old woman's words echoed in his mind, urging him to complete the ritual before dawn. He could feel her presence guiding him, a powerful force pushing him toward the altar where they first shared their dreams. Reaching the altar, he found her kneeling, eyes closed in deep concentration. The moment felt electric, their hearts beating in synchrony despite the distance. He knelt beside her, taking her hands and together they formed a bond stronger than any curse, their spirits ignited with love's fire. As they opened their eyes, the world around them transformed. The magic of their love enveloped them. The altar pulsed with energy, responding to their united strength. They began the ritual together, voices entwining, commanding the darkness to retreat and release its hold upon them. Each word they spoke resonated within the earth, shaking the very foundations of the curse. The shadows that loomed around them began to dissolve, retreating into the night. A warmth filled the air, an embrace of hope and resilience, as they discovered the true magic of their love. However, the witch's spirit lingered, furious at their defiance. A chilling wind swept through the clearing, carrying with it a voice laced with malice. "You think love can conquer all?" it taunted, an echo of the curse that had held them captive for so long. They stood firm, united against the threat. With a surge of determination, they intensified their voices, channeling their love into the incantation. The ground shook beneath them, a battle between light and darkness. They could feel each other's heartbeats, a reminder that love's power was greater than any curse. In that moment, the darkness began to crack, revealing glimpses of light that pierced through. Hope surged within them, fueling their resolve. They focused on their love, the memories they had built, each one a talisman against despair, drawing strength from their shared past. As they stood together, the winds of change intensified, swirling with energy. The altar responded, glowing as their love intertwined with the magic of the earth. They closed their eyes, feeling the pulse of the universe, knowing this moment could alter their destinies forever. Suddenly, a blinding flash engulfed them, the world around them fading away. They felt themselves being pulled apart, the spell-splitting reality, and forcing them to confront their deepest fears. Would love truly be enough to bring them back together? Or would the curse prevail? As they faced the turmoil of separation, memories of laughter and joy flickered in their minds. Each moment reminded them of the strength of their bond, urging them to fight against the curse that sought to tear them asunder. In their hearts, they knew true love could withstand any trial. They reached out, their fingers brushing against the light that connected them. With each heartbeat, they felt the energy pulsing, a reminder of their unique connection. They focused on that light, the promise of reunion, urging them to believe in the power of their love. The dark spirit watching, its form flickered in and out, unsure of its power against the unwavering force of their love. It let out a shriek, a sound filled with rage and desperation, as the light began to expand, pushing back the shadows that had held them captive. Then came a moment of stillness, as if the very world held its breath, waiting for the outcome of their love's battle. With their hearts aligned, they called out to each other, voices intertwining, creating a melody that resonated through time and space. The melody grew stronger, reverberating through the very fabric of reality, shaking the curse's foundation. With every note, the connection between them intensified, a beautiful harmony that pierced through the darkness. They knew that together they could shatter any barrier. In a burst of brilliance, the light enveloped them completely, illuminating the night sky. The dark spirit writhed in agony as the curse began to unravel, strands of darkness snapping like threads. Their love had become the ultimate weapon against despair. As the light faded, they found themselves back at the altar, breathless and holding each other tightly. The curse had been lifted, but its echoes remained, a reminder of the trials they had faced together. Their love, however, was now more powerful than ever, a bond forged in the fires of adversity. The villagers gathered, witnessing the transformation of the altar, now radiating warmth and light. Whispers of awe accompanied the couple as they emerged, their love story becoming a legend of hope. They realized their journey was not just about them. It was a beacon for others who dared to love. The old woman watched from the shadows, a smile gracing her lips. She understood the true magic of love. the ability to conquer even the darkest of curses. There was no need for words. The energy of their bond spoke for itself, echoing through the ages. As they stood together, they vowed to share their story, not just as a tale of triumph, but as a testament to the power of love. They began to walk hand in hand, ready to inspire others, their hearts united, knowing that their journey was just beginning. And so their love story continued, a tapestry woven with threads of courage, hope, and redemption. They had conquered the shadows, emerging stronger together, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For in love, they had found their greatest magic, forever intertwined in destiny's embrace. As twilight fell, the air was thick with the scent of impending rain, mirroring the heaviness in Elena's heart. Each passing moment felt like an eternity, weighed down by the witch's curse that kept her apart from her beloved Adrian. She ventured into the ancient grove, seeking guidance from the spirits of the woods, desperate for a sign that hope remained. Elena knelt among the ferns, whispering her plea to the wind, believing that nature itself could hear her desperate heart. As the breeze stirred, she felt a gentle touch upon her shoulder, a fleeting caress that made her heart race. The forest had not forgotten her, nor her love. It was simply waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets. Meanwhile, Adrian stood at the edge of the village, feeling the weight of the curse pressing down on his soul. The villagers whispered of the witch's power, their eyes filled with fear and suspicion. Yet, he knew in his heart that love had a strength greater than any spell. He needed to confront the source of his torment to break free. Determined, Adrian sought the old sage who lived beyond the mountains, a keeper of ancient lore and secrets. The path was treacherous, with jagged rocks and swirling mists, but he pressed on, driven by love's fire. Each step echoed with the memories of laughter shared with Elena, fueling his resolve to defy destiny itself. Arriving at the sage's cottage, Adrian knocked with urgency, his heart pounding as the door creaked open. The old sage, with eyes as wise as the ages, beckoned him inside, sensing the weight of the quest ahead. Adrian wasted no time revealing his plight and the curse that bound them both in torment. The sage listened intently, a knowing look crossing his weathered face. He spoke of a prophecy, of a love that could shatter curses, but only if the lovers faced their deepest fears together. Adrian's heart soared with hope, yet dread lingered at the thought of what he might uncover. Back in the grove, Elena felt a sudden shift in the air, as if the forest itself held its breath. She sensed that Adrian was embarking on a journey, one that could change everything. With newfound strength, she vowed to confront her own fears, knowing that love's redemption awaited at the end of the trial. Adrian gathered his resolve and asked the sage what trials lay ahead. The sage revealed 3 challenges that tested the very essence of their love: the trial of shadows, the trial of truth, and the trial of sacrifice. Each one would demand courage and sacrifice, and they must face them together to break the curse. With a heavy heart, Adrian left the sage, the weight of the trials resting heavily on his shoulders. He returned to the village, where the first challenge awaited him: a dark forest filled with shadows that whispered his deepest insecurities. He took a deep breath and stepped into the darkness, knowing Elena would face it alongside him soon. Elena, feeling Adrian's presence even from afar, prepared herself to face the trials ahead. She knew the shadows would seek to exploit her doubts, but she was ready to embrace her fears. With each breath, she summoned her inner strength, determined to fight for the love that bound them. As Adrian ventured deeper into the forest, he encountered the first shadow, a figure of his own self-doubt, morphing into all the times he felt unworthy of Elena's love. The shadow sneered, taunting him with memories of failure and unkindness. But Adrian stood firm, remembering the warmth of her smile and the promise of their bond. "You think you deserve her," the shadow hissed, its voice dripping with derision. Adrian clenched his fists, the words stinging, but he looked past the mockery. I do deserve her, and I will prove it, he shouted, channeling every ounce of love he had for Elena as a shield against the darkness. With resolve, Adrian reached for the light within him, igniting a radiant glow that dispelled the shadow of doubt. The darkness shrieked as it faded, leaving behind a quiet stillness. He felt an overwhelming sense of triumph flow through him, a sign that he was one step closer to breaking the curse and reuniting with Elena. Back at the Grove, Elena felt Adrian's victory as a spark within her heart. Inspired by his courage, she took her first step toward her own challenge, ready to confront the trial of truth. The shadows whispered, but she silenced them with her heart's resolve, knowing that love demanded honesty and vulnerability. As she entered the trial of truth, Elena encountered a mirror that reflected her deepest fears and insecurities, moments of doubt that she might not be enough for Adrian. Each image felt like a dagger, but she steadied herself, knowing that the truth was on the other side of this pain. You will lose him, the mirror whispered, a haunting echo that reverberated in her mind. But Elena closed her eyes, recalling the strength of their love and the times they overcame obstacles together. I am enough, and I will not let fear dictate my worth, she proclaimed, her voice unwavering as she broke the spell of the mirror. With those powerful words, the mirror shattered, transforming the painful images into shards of light that surrounded her. The path forward illuminated, revealing the next trial. Elena felt lighter, knowing she had embraced her truth, and that love would guide her through the darkness ahead. As Elena emerged from the trial of truth, she sensed Adrian's presence growing stronger. They were both on the brink of the final trial, the trial of sacrifice. With hearts intertwined, they would have to confront their greatest fears and make difficult choices for the sake of their love. Adrian, having passed the trial of shadows, stood ready to face the final challenge when he felt Elena's spirit near. A warmth enveloped him, and he knew that together they could overcome anything. The last trial would demand everything from them. Would they be willing to sacrifice their greatest treasures for love? As the two lovers met in the clearing, the air charged with magic and possibility, they felt the weight of the trials upon their shoulders. Hand in hand, they faced the ethereal figure that emerged, a guardian of the trial of sacrifice, who would pose a choice that tugged at their hearts. The guardian spoke, its voice echoing like distant thunder. To pass this trial, you must choose between your greatest desires and your love for each other. One must willingly sacrifice their deepest wish for the other to thrive. Tears welled in their eyes as they realized the weight of the decision ahead. Adrian felt the pull of his longing for adventure and glory, but as he looked at Elena, he knew that her happiness eclipsed all. He took a deep breath, ready to voice his choice. When Elena squeezed his hand, her gaze filled with understanding and love, she would not let him sacrifice his dreams. With unwavering strength, Elena spoke first, her voice steady. I choose to sacrifice my wish for the world to see me as powerful, so that Adrian can pursue his dreams without fear of losing my support. Our love is greater than the power I seek. Her words hung in the air, filled with courage. The guardian nodded, impressed by her selflessness, but Adrian knew he could not let her sacrifice alone. No, Elena, I cannot bear to let you give up your dreams, he shouted, stepping forward. I choose to sacrifice my desire for glory so that you may embrace your power and we can forge our path together. The air shimmered as the guardian acknowledged their choices, a cosmic dance of light swirling around them. Your love has broken the chains of the curse, it declared, the shadows lifting, replaced by a brilliant light that enveloped them both. They had chosen love over desire, and in that, they found true power. As the light faded, they found themselves in the grove where their journey had begun. But everything was transformed. The air crackled with magic and possibility, revealing the world anew. They had broken the witch's curse, but their adventure was far from over. Love had opened new doors they had yet to discover. Elena and Adrian felt an overwhelming surge of energy between them, a bond that had been tested and fortified. They realized that their journey together was just beginning, one steeped in challenges that would forge their love even stronger. The trials had not just liberated them, they had awakened a deeper understanding of each other. Hand in hand, they stepped out of the grove, ready to face the world together. With each step, they embraced their destiny. Adventure awaited them, and love would guide their path. The shadows of the past had been vanquished, replaced by a future full of promise and magic. Their first challenge as a united front came swiftly, as rumors of a new darkness began to spread across the land. Whispers of a sorceress seeking revenge on them for breaking the witch's curse reached their ears. They knew they must prepare for the trials that awaited them in this new chapter of their lives. Elena took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. We must gather allies and learn more about this sorceress, she urged, determination burning in her eyes. Adrian nodded, knowing that they would face whatever came their way together, for their bond had already conquered so much. They set off to the nearby kingdom, hoping to seek help from old friends and allies. The journey ahead was filled with uncertainty, but the strength of their love illuminated the path. As they traveled, they shared stories of their trials, their laughter mingling with the gentle breeze. Upon reaching the kingdom, they were welcomed with open arms by their friends, who had heard of their bravery. Celebrations were held in their honor, but the looming shadow of the sorceress reminded them of the challenges ahead. Together, they vowed to prepare for the coming storm. As the festivities continued, Adrian and Elena took a moment to step aside, their minds heavy with the impending threat. We must train and strategize, gather more allies, Adrian insisted, his tone serious. Elena nodded, the weight of their responsibility resting heavily upon them, but their love fueled their determination. In the days that followed, they trained tirelessly, honing their skills and gathering a loyal band of allies. Each member brought unique strengths to the group, weaving a tapestry of hope and resilience. Together, they felt invincible, ready to stand against any threat that dared to challenge their love. One evening, while gazing at the stars, Elena and Adrian felt the weight of destiny upon them. We've come so far, but we can't afford to let our guard down, Elena said softly. Adrian wrapped his arm around her, a silent promise to protect her as they faced whatever challenges lay ahead. Just as they began to feel a sense of peace, a dark figure emerged from the shadows, cloaked in mystery. The sorceress stood before them, her eyes glinting with malice. You thought you could escape your fate? I am here to reclaim what you've stolen from me, she hissed, the air thick with tension. Elena and Adrian stood resolute, their love a beacon of light against the encroaching darkness. We will not back down, Adrian declared, stepping forward to confront the sorceress. Our love is stronger than your curses, and we will fight for our future. The sorceress laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the night. Love? How quaint! You'll soon learn that love can be twisted into a weapon against you. With a flick of her wrist, shadows swirled around the clearing, threatening to engulf them both. As darkness closed in, Elena and Adrian drew upon the strength of their bond, channeling their love into a protective barrier. The shadows crashed against it, but their unity held firm. They knew that together, they could withstand any storm the sorceress unleashed. Your bond is strong, I'll give you that, the sorceress admitted, her expression a mix of frustration and admiration. But power can be overwhelming. Let's see how you fare against your worst fears. With that, she summoned spectral images from their past, painful memories meant to tear them apart. Adrian saw visions of his past failures, moments when he doubted himself and felt unworthy of Elena's love. Elena, too, was haunted by her insecurities, the fear of being seen as powerless. But instead of crumbling, they held on to each other tighter, recalling their journey and the love that had brought them this far. We are not defined by our past. They shouted in unison, their voices echoing through the clearing. As they spoke, the spectral images began to fade, replaced by the brightness of their love. The sorceress's face twisted in disbelief, her power waning against the strength of their unity. With their proclamation, the barrier around them glowed brighter, pushing back the shadows. The sorceress staggered back, her expression shifting from malice to panic. No! This cannot be, she screamed, realizing that love's light was more powerful than her dark magic. Together, we are unstoppable, Elena declared, her heart racing with resolve. The light enveloped the clearing, banishing the sorceress's dark magic forever. In that moment, they understood that love was not just a feeling, but a force that could reshape their destinies. As the shadows receded, the sorceress vanished, leaving behind whispers of her defeat. Elena and Adrian stood in the light, their bond unbroken, and their love more profound than ever. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious, but their journey was still unfolding, ready for the next adventure that awaited them. As they looked toward the horizon, they could see new adventures beckoning, filled with promise and mystery. With hearts intertwined, Elena and Adrian stepped forward, ready to embrace whatever destiny had in store for them, knowing that love would always guide their way. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a shroud of darkness enveloped the land, a reminder of the witch's curse still gripping their hearts. Elena felt the weight of the curse more than ever, its tendrils tightening around her spirit, whispering of inevitable separation. What was once a bond of passion now felt like a fragile thread, fraying with every passing moment. Adrian, unaware of the full extent of the curse's power, sought ways to break the enchantment. He ventured to the village, where tales of the witch were spoken in hushed tones. Old villagers warned him of the witch's wrath, telling stories of those who challenged her and paid dearly for their courage. Elena, meanwhile, sought solace at the edge of a shimmering lake, its waters reflecting the stars above. She could feel Adrian's presence, even from afar, and her heart ached for their reunion. But the curse was a barrier, a dark cloud hovering over her heart, reminding her of the pain that lay ahead. Determined to find a way to break the curse, Adrian sought the guidance of an ancient seer, rumored to possess knowledge of potent magic. The seer's dwelling was deep within the forest, a place where reality blurred with the supernatural, surrounded by enchantments and veiled secrets. Upon finding the seer, Adrian felt both hope and trepidation. The seer, with eyes that seemed to hold the universe within them, spoke of a rare flower that bloomed only under a full moon. This flower held the power to dispel even the strongest of curses, but it was guarded by spirits who tested the strength of true love. Meanwhile, Elena, feeling a pull towards the forest, could hear the faint whispers of the spirits calling her name. The connection between her and Adrian was ethereal, transcending the boundaries of the curse. She decided to embark on a journey to the heart of the forest, hoping to find him and break the enchantment together. As Adrian ventured deeper into the forest, he could feel the air thickening with magic. The trees loomed tall and ancient, as if they were guardians of the secrets that lay ahead. He knew he had to prove his heart's strength if he wished to retrieve the flower and free Elena from the curse. Elena, just a few steps behind, felt a chill run down her spine. The spirits were restless, and their whispers grew louder, warning her of the trials that awaited. Each step she took was filled with anticipation and fear, knowing that time was not on their side. The two lovers, though unaware of each other's proximity, were each facing challenges that would test their love's endurance. Adrian reached a clearing where the spirits awaited him, their translucent forms shimmering ominously in the dim light. They demanded proof of his love for Elena, a trial that would determine his fate. Meanwhile, Elena stumbled upon a hidden glade, the air thick with the scent of the rare flower. She could sense its power, but knew that to claim it, she too must confront her own reflections of fear and doubt. It was a test of her resolve, one that could either bind her to the curse or free her heart. The spirits surrounded Adrian, their voices rising in a haunting chorus as they presented him with visions of Elena, moments of joy intertwined with heartache. He had to confront these memories and reaffirm his commitment to their love, no matter the pain they had endured. Elena, in her glade, faced a mirror-like surface that reflected her deepest insecurities. She saw fragments of herself doubting their love, questioning whether they could withstand the trials ahead. Gathering her courage, she reached out to the reflection, willing to confront what lay within. The spirit's voices grew louder, urging Adrian to recall every moment that had brought him joy with Elena. With each memory, he felt their bond strengthen, illuminating the darkness surrounding him. He realized that love was not just a feeling. It was a commitment that transcended time and trials. Elena, embracing her vulnerabilities, whispered a promise to herself and to Adrian. She would fight against the curse, not just for love, but for the belief that they were destined to be together. With newfound resolve, she stepped toward the flower, aware of the risks it entailed. With a heart full of purpose, Adrian declared his love aloud, echoing through the forest. The spirits paused, taken aback by the intensity of his emotion. Their shimmering forms flickered, hinting at the power of love they had yet to understand. Elena, holding the flower in her hands, felt a surge of energy coursing through her. The flower's power resonated with her heart, a symbol of their unbreakable bond. But she knew she needed Adrian by her side to unleash its true potential. The spirits, witnessing the union of love and courage, began to shift. They urged Adrian to move forward, sensing that his heart's declaration had begun to alter the very fabric of the curse. But the final test remained, and it would challenge both their spirits. Suddenly, the forest shook as an ancient power awakened, drawn by their love's intensity. A voice echoed through the trees, a challenge that resonated with the depths of their souls. To break the curse, you must give up what you hold most dear, it proclaimed, leaving them both stunned. Elena and Adrian stood, hearts racing, as the weight of the challenge sank in. What would they sacrifice for the chance to be together? Love demanded the ultimate test, and they each had to confront the truth behind their deepest fears and desires. Adrian's mind raced as he contemplated the sacrifice. Would he give up his dreams, his freedom, to save their love? The thought pained him, but the image of Elena, their love luminous against the darkness, gave him strength. Elena, too, felt the gravity of the choice. Her heart ached at the thought of losing her spirit, her essence, to the curse. Yet she realized that true love was about more than sacrifice. It was about rising together, stronger than ever. In that moment, they both understood the curse was not just a test of love, but a revelation of their inner selves. The choice was not simply about sacrifice, it was about the willingness to fight for the love that defined them. As the ancient voice echoed again, they joined hands, ready to face whatever challenge lay ahead. Together, they would confront the curse, armed not only with love, but with the understanding that their bond was their greatest strength. The forest lit up with a blinding light, the spirits watching in awe as the couple prepared to face their trials. They had united their hearts, and in that unity lay the power to transcend the curse. But the outcome was uncertain, a mystery that awaited their courage. The first challenge emerged as a shadowy figure, a manifestation of their fears. It whispered truths that cut deep, echoing their doubts and insecurities. They had to face the darkness within themselves to overcome this trial and emerge victorious. Adrian stepped forward, refusing to let the shadow define them. He voiced his love, countering the dark whispers with affirmations of their bond. The more he spoke, the weaker the shadow became, as light pierced the gloom surrounding them. Elena, inspired by Adrian's courage, joined him in their fight against the shadow. She recalled her dreams, her hopes, and the love that flourished between them. Together, they wove a tapestry of light that began to envelop the darkness. With their combined strength, they pushed against the shadow, their love like a beacon guiding them through the darkness. The shadow writhed and twisted, losing its power as the couple's light grew brighter. illuminating the path ahead. As the shadow dissipated, a flicker of doubt crossed their minds. Had they really broken the curse, or was this just the first step in a longer battle? Together, they resolved to continue fighting to face whatever challenges lay ahead, side by side. But the forest was not done testing them. The next trial was a labyrinth of illusions, where the couple would face twisted versions of their past choices. Each turn held the potential to lead them astray, challenging their understanding of love, trust, and sacrifice. As they stepped into the labyrinth, they felt their hearts race with uncertainty. Each choice they made would resonate with the echoes of their past, forcing them to confront the moments that shaped their love. Would they emerge together, or would the illusions tear them apart? Elena took a deep breath, feeling the pull of shared memories. "We must trust each other completely," she said, grounding their resolve. Adrian nodded, knowing that their love was stronger than any illusion the labyrinth could conjure. Navigating the labyrinth, they faced visions of moments where they had nearly lost each other. Each twist brought them closer to despair, but also reminded them of the strength they had found in one another. Together, they began to weave a path through the illusions. Adrian encountered a vision of his own doubts, a shadowy reflection of himself questioning his worthiness of Elena's love. But as he looked deeper, he saw the truth. She loved him not for perfection, but for his courage to fight for them. Elena faced a different vision, an echo of her fears, moments where she had doubted their future together. But in the heart of her uncertainty, she felt Adrian's unwavering love, a reminder that their connection was always worth the fight. With each challenge they faced, their bond deepened. The labyrinth twisted and turned, but together, they began to see a way out, the light growing brighter with every affirmation of their love. Hope surged through them, guiding their steps. Emerging from the labyrinth, they felt a profound sense of unity. They had faced their fears and doubts, and together, they had prevailed. But the forest still held challenges, and they knew the final trial awaited them, a test of ultimate sacrifice. As they approached the heart of the forest, a majestic tree stood tall, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. This was the altar of the final trial, where they would have to make the ultimate sacrifice to sever the ties of the curse once and for all. At the base of the tree, a voice emerged, clear and resonant. "To break the curse, you must willingly give up the one thing you value most," it declared, the weight of its words hanging heavily in the air. They both knew they had a choice to make. Elena and Adrian exchanged glances, their hearts racing with uncertainty and fear. What would they give up? Their dreams? Their very essence. But as they held each other, they knew that true love meant, sometimes, letting go, even for a moment. As the weight of the decision loomed, the couple closed their eyes, allowing the forest's magic to envelop them. They let their memories flood their minds, realizing that what they cherished most was not material, but the love they held for one another. With a deep breath, Adrian spoke first. "I would give up my dreams, my ambitions, if it meant saving us," he declared, sincerity ringing in his voice. He understood that without their love, everything else was meaningless. Elena, feeling the weight of Adrian's sacrifice, knew she had to reveal her own truth. "And I would give my essence, my spirit, if it meant our love could endure through time," she responded, tears of love glimmering in her eyes. As their words reverberated in the air, the forest trembled, the ancient magic responding to their heartfelt declarations. The glowing tree pulsed with light, illuminating the darkness surrounding them, a sign that their love was powerful enough to break the curse. In that moment, the curse began to unravel, threads of darkness dissipating into the air. The couple stood united, their hands clasped, feeling the pull of their love as it surged through them. They knew that they had risen to the challenge, together, ready to embrace a future free from the shadows of the past. As the last remnants of the curse faded, they felt a profound sense of relief and renewal. The forest around them transformed, vibrant and alive, reflecting the triumph of their love. They were free to create their own destiny, unshackled from the fears that once held them captive. Elena and Adrian shared a moment of silence, the enormity of their journey settling within them. Their hearts beat in harmony, resonating with the magic of the forest. They understood that while the curse was behind them, their journey together was just beginning. As they walked hand in hand, they felt the forest welcoming them back, the whispers of spirits now filled with joy. They had not only broken the curse, but had also discovered the depth of their love and the strength of their bond. In the heart of the forest, a festival awaited them, a celebration of love and rebirth. Friends and allies gathered to honor their triumph, laughter and music filling the air as the couple embraced their new beginning, surrounded by the warmth of community. Elena and Adrian stood atop a small hill, overlooking the festivities below. Their hearts swelled with gratitude for each other and for the journey that had brought them here. The trials had strengthened their love, and they were ready to share this newfound joy with the world. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Adrian turned to Elena. Let's promise to never forget the lessons we've learned. Love is worth every battle, every sacrifice, he said, his voice filled with conviction. Elena nodded, her heart full. And together, we will face whatever destiny has in store for us. Our love will guide the way, she replied, sealing their promise with a kiss, a symbol of their enduring bond. With their hearts aligned and spirits high, they descended the hill, ready to embrace their friends and family. The festival was not just a celebration of their love, it was a testament to the power of hope, resilience, and the magic of believing in each other. As they reached the center of the celebration, laughter erupted around them. Friends welcomed them back, their faces glowing with joy. Each hug and cheer reminded them of the community that had stood by their side, a vital part of their journey. Adrian took a moment to reflect as he watched Elena glow amidst the festivities. The evening felt like a dream, a beautiful tapestry woven from love, trials, and triumphs. They had emerged stronger, ready to face the future hand in hand. As the night deepened, the couple took a break from the festivities, seeking a quiet moment under the stars. The moon hung high, illuminating their path as they walked together, hearts full of dreams yet to unfold. What do you see for us in the future? Elena asked, her voice a soft whisper filled with hope. Adrian smiled, taking her hand. I see us building a life together, filled with adventures, laughter, and love that knows no bounds, he replied earnestly. Elena's heart soared at his words, and she leaned into him. And I see us facing challenges, but knowing we will always have each other to lean on. Together, we are unstoppable. Their bond felt like an unbreakable promise, shining brightly against the night sky. As they returned to the celebration, the music swelled, lifting their spirits higher. They danced among their friends, laughter intertwining with the melody of joy. Each step they took was a celebration of their love, a reminder that they had conquered the darkness together. The night culminated in a spectacular display of fireworks, illuminating the sky in a stunning array of colors. As they stood together, wrapped in each other's arms, they felt the magic of the moment, love, community, and the power of shared joy. As the final firework faded, they turned to one another, their hearts full of gratitude for the journey that had brought them here. They understood that love was not just about the destination, but the journey, each trial, each joy, knitting their souls together. With the festival drawing to a close, they made their way back home, hand in hand. The moonlight guided their path, a reminder that no matter the challenges, their love would always lead them back to each other. As they reached their home, they paused, taking a moment to reflect on their journey. Every trial had brought them closer. Every challenge had strengthened their bond. They were ready to face whatever came next, together and unafraid. In the weeks that followed, Elena and Adrian forged their new life together, filled with love and adventure. They often returned to the forest, honoring the spirits and the lessons learned, but now with a sense of peace and gratitude. Their love story continued to unfold, a testament to the power of love, sacrifice, and the magic of believing in one another. Elena and Adrian knew that as long as they had each other, their journey would never end. Together, they would embrace whatever destiny awaited them next, forever intertwined.